Hey everyone, Wayne here. This is part 3 of my playthrough of a basic game of the First Jihad. If you have not seen part 1 and part 2, definitely suggest check those out. I also have an unboxing of the game if you have no idea what it's about, and I have a tutorial / review video as well. So we'll have a lot of content on this game. Alright, let's dive into part 3, see what we can do here. So it's been a couple days since I filmed the other 2 videos. Just kind of wanted to wait for some errata, some clarifications, corrections to come out from the designers. It has come out now, and so we'll play with that. Hopefully, maybe a little rusty, like I said, it's been a few days, but let's dive right in. So, all right. Events phase. Milk the Persians, and when the milk dries, suck their blood. All right, then. Some Zoroastrian Persians held out for 2 centuries in the mountains of Tabaristan. In 662, a vast Arab expedition massacred 12,000 and took 6,000 slaves, but failed to subdue them. At the same time, Krimang San, second Buddhist emperor of Tibet, won the allegiance of powerful anti-Chinese Turkish tribes on the Tibetan-Chinese border. So it looks like we'll have one event here for the basic game. Krimang San. Okay. Guarantee I butchered that. That's all right. You know what? We're learning as we go. Learning history. I already know a lot more than we did when we started, right? Well, some of us did anyway. And I'm talking about myself here. All right, so with that event, we look on our event card sheet. Inflict 1 hit on the Chinese army immediately. If unit is already shattered, retreat to 1 land. Also move Tibet 1 box to the left. Well, that's a bummer. All right, so the Chinese army over here. Go ahead and inflict a hit on there. And then Tibet, we'll go ahead and move it over to +0. Bummer. All right, we'll tally our action points. 3 in the west, 3 in the east. All right, now we'll go ahead and start the Arab phase. So, looks like the Greek path, it's going to start off with 3. So 3 on the Greek path. Go ahead and modify it. So we are looking at no modifications for the Bulgars, and then Cyprus is a -1, so the 3 drops to a 2. We have an Islam marker on the path, but as I've learned, the Islam marker only affects adjacent if they were attacking. So if my army was here, since they're attacking from Jerusalem to here, there's no modification for that, so we're still at 2. And then since it is Jerusalem to Cilicia, there's no terrain modifiers, therefore it stays at 2. There, I got it right there. All right. Go ahead and apply our 2 hits. I guess I'm just going to go ahead and retreat. Take my hits by retreating. So the Byzantine army is going to retreat to Anatolia. And they'll absorb those 2 hits. All right. Let's go ahead and do the Mediterranean path. 1 hit. No modifiers for terrain. No modifiers for city-states. However, as I've learned, and this is one of the rules that was clarified, and I don't think I've talked about it in my previous videos, because like I said, I think this was something that was kind of clarified on some comments by the designers, which I very much appreciate. I very much appreciate them making sure that we're playing the game right, myself and then anyone else who is maybe learning from me or playing along. So, one of the things is that on the hit list, clarification, always be aware that Mecca itself is a Muslim area. So every land adjacent to Mecca suffers a +1 hit when attacked from Mecca itself. When it's weak, it's just the +1, and if Mecca marker is over its strong, it's actually going to be a +2. So, even though it says +0 there, remember that Mecca is Islam. So, an extra hit will be applied because we are attacking adjacent. We're attacking Alexandria here. All right, so that is 2 hits. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and just retreat inside the castle here, absorbing both hits as well. Up to 3, but it was only 2. All right, go over to the Indian path. Indian path, it's 3 hits. No modifiers. They're attacking here. 3 hits from the card. No modifiers for terrain. No modifiers for city-state. However, we are adjacent to Mecca. Therefore, as we just talked about, +1. So that's 4 hits. 4 hits. That's brutal. All right. Oh, wait a second. Second thought. we already are an Islamic disruptive marker there. So I don't think it would apply then. The +1, I mean, because I think because I already have Islamic disruptive marker, I think that would just be the 3. So that's what I'm going to roll for now until if a designer corrects me, that's fine. So 3 hits, which is already bad enough. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and retreat to Yez. That absorbs 2, and then we'll flip them over to absorb the 3rd. And then the Parthian Path is an F3, which, if I remember correctly, should be 3 hits. Actually, I believe it should be a Fitna. It would only be 3 hits if we had a Persian army. We'll check the rules here. F3, Fitna or 3 hits. Yep, if there's no Persian army on the given path, treat F3 as a Fitna, which remember is like a Arab civil war or Muslim civil war. If Persia has an army on that path, then treat it as 3 hits. So it is. There's no Persian army because remember our Persian army was defeated. Was it last turn? I can't remember. But point is that's gone. So it's going to be a Fitna, which means no advance on the Persian track or Parthian track. So perfect. Okay, that's the end of the Arab phase. On to my actions phase. So let's see here. We have 4 action points in the west. We got a couple things to do here. Let's go ahead and starting off. Let's go ahead and get our. Well, let's spend 1 action point to move the Bulgars over to -1 hit. Definitely want that. Then let's go ahead and spend 1 more to move the. Let's see here. Not move, but let's attack. So the Byzantine army want to attack Selcia here. So different color, 2 dice. We're gonna go ahead and use the. Should we? No, we're not gonna use our Greek fleet for that. We're gonna save it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and roll. 3 or higher. Take with the highest die. 1, no good. That's a bummer. Forget that then. Let's go ahead and. I'll go ahead and use 1 on the Byzantine army here in Alexandria to try to get outside the castle to retake the land around it. Spend 1 action point. Or go ahead and use our Greek fleet with the +1. So +1 modifier. All right, take away the 6. 5 +1 is 6. We definitely are able to retake the land surrounding it. Perfect. 1 action point left. Let's go ahead and just save that action point. Yeah, we'll just bank it. So what we'll do. All right, over to the East Theater. So we have the Indian Path here. We have to do it where we have to save 1 for the Sogdian army up here. This is part of the way when you have a divided theater, you have to use at least 1 action point for a few different actions the book lists. We'll do here on the Indian Path, Persian army. Let's spend 1 action point to rally, and then we'll spend 1 more to attack. We're going to attack Khuzestan here. We have, let's see, different color. It's Islam disrupted, but the land's a different color anyway, so we still have to roll. Let's go ahead and use our Persian Immortals, the +2. I think one of the designers had mentioned in previous video, I think I maybe lost a battle with them, so they should have been flipped over. But we're just going to leave it like that because, we're just going to cheat a little bit. I'm just kidding. I mean to cheat, but I just don't remember doing that. So we're just going to go ahead and leave it for now. But remember, if I lose a battle, these elephants, it gets flipped over to a horse. So anyway, all right, let's go ahead and roll. Be 2d6 +2. All right, let's take away the 6. It's 5 +2, 7. Easily take over Khuzestan. The Islam marker is already disrupted, so no need to flip that back over. That leaves us with 1, which we have to use over here. So, yeah. Maybe I should have moved that marker to bet over. Oh, well, it's all right. So the Sogdian army here. I think we have. Let me double check the rules. I'm trying to, because he doesn't have. We only have 1 left. He can't attack because a river means that it's going to cost more action points to attack. So let me see what it says for. We'll spend 1 AP. Barbarian army attacks. Barbarian army is rallied. Coastal raid or cavalry is made on the path. Player spends AP the influence remover minor power affected barbarian's path. But they can't. We don't have anything. We can't attack. Attack across a river costs 2 action points. So this river here. So basically, my point is, we're supposed to spend an action point on this path because it has a barbarian army. However, to attack across the river using across the river, Coruscant here would take 2 action points. We only have 1. So, all right. I don't see. Okay. I think we just lose it is what it is, clearly, because there's nothing we can do. So, barring a designer ruling, I think we just lose the action point. Because clearly we can't attack, can't do anything with it. And we had to save 1 for that path, for that army, so we just lose it. And when we can't bank it anyway, because we don't have a capital. So, alright. There goes that. Okay, on to the end of turn phase. Let's see. Curse removal. No cursed armies or anything. Conversion step would be, let's go ahead and start over here. On the Greek path, let's work our way around counterclockwise. So Damascus has Islam. Going to try to recruit Jerusalem. So it needs a 1 or 2. 3, no effect. Okay, no effect. It won't matter there. Disrupted here. Then Islam marker over here in the Parthian path. Esfahan. 1, 2, or 3 will convert it. 5. So perfect for us. All right. Religious recovery. Religious revival, excuse me, not going to be that. Islamic recovery. Nope, no need to flip any of those over. Comparison of Berbers doesn't apply. Surrender, we're not surrendering. Icons doesn't matter. Banking step, we're banking 1 in the west. And then blessings recovery. Both those go back. Boom. All right, end of turn. Okay. All right, on to the next turn. Let's flip our card over. Action or event phase. Asparuk, Khan of the Bulgars. All right. Asparuk, Khan of the Bulgars, led his Asiatic nomadic people in a giant migration across the Danube River into Thrace, today's Bulgaria, in 684, posing a threat to Constantinople. A skilled ruler, he allied with local Slavic tribes and created the modern Bulgarian nation. The Bulgars exploited Byzantine misfortune whenever possible, but always seemed to understand that the Arabs were the greater threat. All right, so we have a few events on here. Persian ruler dies, is replaced, Bulgars are moved over, and the Bulgars are switched to wild. Okay, so we'll do the Persian ruler first. He is killed, so we do the whole... And this was one of the things that was pointed out by the designer, so I just missed a modifier, -1. And it is on the chart here for... It says -1 if no capital. So if you guys can see the rulership table. So remember we're at 5. We roll a 1d6. 11 total. No modifier on the card. And then -1 for no capital is a 10, is 6. So we get a better ruler. Sweet. Okay. The Bulgars move over 1. And then they're flipped over to their wild side. So now we'll take 2 action points to appease them and move them over. Bummer for us. All right. Go ahead and tally our action points. 3 in the west. 2 in the east. Not a whole lot in the east. Now we'll go ahead and inflict our hits in the Arab phase. So on the Greek path 1, modified by 0 here, -1 here, so it's a total of 0. No additions for Islam, because it's attacking way over here. And no modifiers for terrain. Actually, because it's attacking from Cilicia to Anatolia, you can see he's crossing the mountains, that actually take away another hit as well. So we're into negative hit territory, which basically just means 0 hits on the Greek path. Perfect. All right, 1 hit on the Med path, +1, remember, because I'm adjacent to Mecca. Either adjacent to an Islam marker or adjacent to Mecca is a +1. A total of 2 hits, no negatives that I can see. So we're going to take 2 hits. We're going to do the same thing we did before. We're just going to hide in our castle, and I'll absorb both hits. Over to the Indian path. 2 hits, no modifiers for us for like city-state, because it's only a Parthian, but then +1 because we're adjacent to... Oh, again with that, I keep forgetting to get the Islam there. So nope, never mind. I don't think it applies. I think it's just the 2 and attacking here. So no modifiers that I can see. 2 hits. However, in this case, we will retreat to absorb both hits, retreat to Yezd. All right, and then 1 hit on the Parthian path. No modifiers for here. And then not adjacent to Islam. So it should just be 1 hit, which hits our Sogdian army. However, actually, modifier for terrain is the river here, which means crossing a river reduces it by 1 or 2. Let's see. -2 if the Arabs are invading across a river or straits crossing. So actually it would be -2 on the hit. So 1, -2 for the terrain. Perfect. We're good. All right, not too many hits this turn. Let's go into the action phase. On our Greek path, or, well, I should say the west. You can do it, in any order. So we're definitely want to try to get out of this castle here. So let's spend 1 to attack with our Byzantine army here. We'll use our Greek fleet. We want to try to get out of this castle. So, different color. Oops. Different color, all that. So, 2 dice. +1 is a 2. All right, I had a 2, so that does not work. That's a bummer. We're going to spend another action point to get out of there. 3. I think that does it. Yep, perfect. So now we are outside the castle, retaking the countryside. All right, now our Byzantine army. No, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and just spend our last 2 action points in the west to appease the Bulgars and move them over to -1 hit. I always feel like that's a good choice to get these guys over if you can. That's just how I play. All right, go over to the east now. Let's go ahead and spend 1 action point for Persian army to attack Khuzestan here. We ignore mountains when it comes to attacking. Different color, but we will use our elephants. So, +2. 5, more than good enough. We take Khuzestan. And then, with the last one, let's go ahead and attack again with... Oh, again, we can't because of the river, right? Yeah, so it's wasted, I guess, again. Because we only got 2. We didn't get enough. That's all right, guys. Next time, one of these days, we're going to get across this river with the Sogdian army. All right, so that is the end of action phase. Let's go to the turn phase, end of turn phase. Curse removal, no curses. Conversion. Start over here. Islam from Damascus to Jerusalem. Let's see what we can do. 1 or 2. Okay, perfect. Good for us. None. And then here, Esaphan. 1, 2, or 3 to convert. A 3, unfortunately, so Islam marker does move down the Parthian path here. All right. Let me see here. Okay. Religious revival. Nope, not going to happen. Islamic recovery doesn't apply. Person of Berber doesn't apply. Surrender doesn't apply. Icons doesn't apply. Banking step doesn't apply this turn. Blessing recovery. We get them back. And okay, perfect. End of that turn. On to the next. It is the end of the world. In 668, with rumors swirling that he was about to move the capital, the Emperor Constans II was assassinated in his bathtub, and a rival proclaimed himself Emperor in Sicily. The Arabs chose this moment to attack, both in Anatolia and in North Africa, throughout the empire. All men shuddered and said it was the end of the world. However, Constance's son, Constantine IV, soon regained power and wielded it brilliantly. All right, cool. So we have a bunch of events here. First one, Byzantine. Obviously, ruler is killed. So no modifiers. So he's at a 6. We'll roll and then add 8. No modifiers for there, and we do have our capital, so it's just an 8. An 8 is a 6. So he stays at 6. All right, awesome. Good for us. Cyprus moves over. Bulgars move over. Bulgars, Cyprus, move all those over. Do a capital move and an imperial visit. So let's go ahead and look at both of those events. So first one is capital move. Look on our chart here. Capital move. The player may at no cost immediately move or place the Byzantine capital in Rome, Carthage, or Constantinople, if player controlled. Carthage. Why would you put it in Carthage? I guess. Historically, right? You want to do this or that. You know what we're going to do, though? We're going to move it to Rome. That's right. That's how I play this game. Byzantine capital. Sorry, Constantinople. Let's move west. New capital, back in Rome, baby. Reviving the Roman Empire here. All right, cool. And then Now, if you notice, the Imperial Visit has the triangle. That means it'll be during the action phase. But we can still look ahead. Imperial Visit. The Byzantine Emperor visits and loots or awes Rome. Hey, that's a new capital. The player may reduce his own rulership rating if 4 or higher by 1 to receive 2 blue AP tokens. Or if his rulership rating is higher than 2, you may spend 1 AP to raise it by +1. Reduces rulership rating. We'll do that later, but okay, so we'll see. We'll think about it for a little bit. All right, let's go ahead on to the Arab phase here. Oh no, let me tally the action points first. We just get 2 in the west, 2 in the east. Looks like perfect. Okay, now on to the Arab phase. 2 hits on the Greek path, which no modifications for the Bulgars and none for Cyprus. Remember, both of them got pushed to the middle here. Fortunately, we're not next to Islam marker and train. They'll be attacking from here, which is a -1. It's a mountain. What is it? Yep, mountain is -1. So the 2 becomes 1. So 1 hit is inflicted on us. We're gonna go ahead and just have a hit inflicted on our army here in Anatolia. All right, Medpath, 3 hits. +1 for being adjacent to Mecca. No modifiers that I can see. Other modifiers that I can see. So a total of 4 hits. That's brutal. So what we'll do is we'll take 1 with the army, and then we'll retreat inside the castle, and that will be both those hits. Okay. All right. On to the Indian path. 2, but it's red, which means roll a 1d6 and we're on there. 2, thankfully, so it's only 4 hits. Attacking here. No modifiers for terrain. No modifiers because remember, we do have Islam already there, so no plus either. So just a total of 4 hits, I guess. What we'll do is retreat, absorb 2, and we'll retreat again to absorb the other 2. So we'll go back to Seistan here. Absorb all the hits. And then on the Parthian path, there's a Fitna, which in this case will flip the Islam marker over and to disrupted side, and no hits are applied. Okay, here we go. On to the action phase. Oh boy, this is gonna be a rough one. So what I'm gonna do for the Imperial Visit, I am gonna do a basically I'm gonna reduce the rulership rating by 1, so down from a 6 to a 5, to add 2 blue AP tokens, which are these bad boys right here. So just basically saying, hey, look, a couple action points I can add in. Which, what I'm going to do, because I feel like I probably need to use them, I'm going to use them both. Just cash them right back in. Give myself 4 total action points, because I got some work to do here. Alright, first off, let's go ahead and spend 2 to move the Bulgars over. Let's go ahead and spend 1, and we're going to commit our Greek fleet. We're going to attack in Cyprus and try to move it over. Now we have to roll a 6. Greek fleet adds +1. So we just have to roll a 5 or a 6 to be successful. Let's see. And a 2. We were not successful. That's a bummer. And then with my last action point, I will, with the Byzantine army here in Alexandria, try to retake the castle surrounding countryside. He's a 3, so we need to roll 4 or higher with 2 dice, which is a little risky, but see what we can do. We did it. Boom. 4. Yep. He's able to retake the countryside, go above the castle. Very nice. Good job, dude. All right. Let's go over to the Eastern Theater. We have 2 as of right now. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I don't want to get that Sogdian army out of there. It's almost like more difficult. So what I'll do is I'm not going to spend any on the Indian path here. I'm going to go to the Parthian path. I'm going to spend both of them to attack with my Sogdian army, Khorasan here. It's actually the same color, religion. So I just have to roll 1 die, and I just have to roll higher than the 2. So 3, 4, 5, 6, and I roll a 1. Okay, well, bad luck there. All right. End of turn phase. Curse removal, no curses. Conversion step. Islam will try to convert Jerusalem, 1 or 2. Pull it 2, so Islam marker doesn't move down. Islam is disrupted here and here, so no effect. Religious revival doesn't apply. Islamic recovery, fortunately for me, it's going to be all over the place. Both of these flip over. Paris and Berbers doesn't apply. Surrender doesn't apply. Icons doesn't apply. Banking, nothing to bank. And blessings, I do get my Greek fleet back. All right, it's the end of that turn. So what do we do here? Okay, yep. Let's go ahead and do another one. Greek fire. Greek fire and Carabizian theme. Kalanikos, a Christian refugee from Syria, invented Greek fire, a combustible petroleum-based liquid that set enemy ships on fire at some distance. Although it made Byzantium commercially dependent on naphtha from Azerbaijan in the Caucasus, this breakthrough saved the Byzantine fleet from certain destruction and changed the balance of power on the Mediterranean for centuries. It helped break the Arab siege of Constantinople in 678. All right, super cool. So Greek fire, what that does is it takes our Greek fleet. Right now that is at +1. We get to flip it over, and it's now +3 fleet, which is freaking awesome. All right, and then the Carabizian theme. I keep forgetting what that one is. Comes during the action phase, obviously, because of the arrow. This turn only, the Greek fleet may be committed any number of times without moving into the use box. Ooh, very nice. All right, well, in that case, we're definitely going to take advantage of that later. Okay, but let's go ahead and tally our action points. 4 in the west and 3 in the east. And now let's go on to the Arab phase. All right, 4 hits on the Greek path, plus 1d6. His number's red. So 4 plus 5, okay. So 9 hits on the Greek path. -1 for the Bulgars, no minus for Cyprus. So 9 became an 8. And then they're attacking across a mountain, so that's -1. So the 8 becomes a 7. And then we're not adjacent to Islam, so there's no other pluses or minuses. So it should just be 7 hits. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and retreat 1. So it's 2. So it drops down to 5 hits left. We will shatter our army. That drops it to 4 hits left. And then we'll retreat inside the castle. And that will keep us at 4. That'll take the rest of the other 4 hits. Okay, all absorbed? I think we're good. All right, guys. All right, 1 on the med path. +1 for being adjacent to Mecca. So total of 2. No other modifiers that I can think of. Let's go ahead and just retreat inside the castle here. And I'll take care of that. All right, now 1 on the Indian path. Let's go ahead and just flip them over. Persian army over. I was over with the army. And then 3 on the Parthian path. Except there's no modifiers for the Tibet. Tibet's still in the middle at +0. But he's crossed the river, which is -2 for them. So the 3 only becomes a 1 hit. Let's go ahead and just flip them over. Absorb it that way. All right, well, that'll work. Okay. On to the action phase. Let's see what we can do here. So first of all, we definitely want to try to get Cyprus moved over. We use our Greek fleet. No, we don't use it up because of the Carabizian theme, but it gets a +3. So we use 1 action point. Roll our 1d6. Now we just need to roll a 3 or higher. So maybe we got a chance. 3, just barely, but just good enough. Boom, perfect. All right. Let's see. Oh man, we got some stuff to do here, don't we? All right. Let's go ahead and spend 1 to rally the Byzantine army here in Alexandria. We'll spend another 1 to attack here, which we can use a Greek fleet again. It's +1. So it's only the +3 only applies for the naval battle for Cyprus. So we still get a +1 for it because we can keep using it. So go ahead and roll. +1. That's a 3. And thankfully, we had rallied him. Therefore, he's good enough to take over the countryside. All right, now with our last action point, we definitely want to get outside of our castle in Constantinople. So spend it. Oh, he shattered. Oh no, I forgot. Okay, we'll spend 1 to rally him. Or excuse me, to get rid of the shattered. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use our Byzantine Last Stand chit, which is +2 action points. We'll add 2 more. And we're going to spend another one to rally him to full strength. And then we'll spend the last one to attack, to try to get outside the castle, to retake Constantinople. Luck, it is the same religion, so we'll roll 1 die. And then +1 for the Greek fleet. So 2, which is not good enough. Bummer. Oh, man. I thought for sure we were going to get out of there. All right. It's okay. It's okay, guys. Don't worry. No one panic. No one panic. All right. Let's go over to the Indian Path, or the Eastern Theater. Total of 3 right now. And spend 1 to rally the Persian army. Spend another to attack to Yezd. And let's go ahead and use our Persian Immortal Elephants. Same religion, +2. Easy. Yup. Got it. Boom. All right, we'll save it. We have our last action point. We're going to go up to the Parthian Path. We're going to go ahead and... Actually, 2 things we're going to do. I'm going to use my Persian Last Stand chit as well. Just use the Byzantine one. Use the Persian one. Adds 2 action points. Let's go ahead and spend 1 action point to rally that Sogdian army. Let's go ahead and spend 2 to move the Tibet marker over to -1 hit. I like to try to get those over as much as possible, as early as possible. All right. On to the end of turn phase. Cursed removal. No cursed armies. Conversion step. Cilicia, they're going to try to convert here. So 1 or 2. And it does convert. Uh-oh. None here. None here. And then right here, he's going to try to convert Khorasan. 1, 2, or 3. A 1. Yikes. Islam is marching. All right. I think that's it for converting, right? Yep. Religious revival. Nope. Islamic recovery. No need. Person of Berbers doesn't apply. Surrender. Nope. Icons. Nope. Banking. None to bank. Blessings. My Persian Immortals go back. All right. Go ahead and knock out another one of these. What do we got here? What is that? Okay. Yep. Let's do another turn here for this video. I'll probably call it after one more turn. All right. The 4 garrisons of the occupied West. Tibet's emergence as a major power in Central Asia was dramatically proclaimed when Tibet's ruler, Khimang San, seized the 4 garrisons of the occupied West, a group of Chinese border outposts, to take control of the lucrative Silk Road, 670 through 692. All right. Go ahead and do ruler Persia. So 6 plus this. 4, 10, -1 for not having a capital. 9. A 9 is at 5, so he does drop down in ability. Tibet moves over 1, +0, unfortunately for me. And tally our action points, 4 and 3. 4 and 3. Now we'll go ahead and do the hits. So Greek path is 3 plus 1d6. A 2. Thankfully, only rolled a 5. And then let's see. 5. And then no modifiers for Bulgars. -1. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, there's a -1 and -1. So drops from 5 to 4. From 4 to 3. And then he is crossing over a river or strait, which is -2. So drops to only 1 hit. I believe that's correct. So I'm going to inflict 1 hit. So we're going to go ahead and flip our Byzantine army. We're going to take it, or hit on the army there. Perfect. Whew, saved us there. All right, that could have been bad. All right, 0 would be 0 on the med path. However, +1 for Mecca adjacent. So we'll go ahead and take it with the army. 1 on the Indian path. Let's see, 1 +1 because we're adjacent to Islam, so that's 2. But then it's crossing a mountain, which takes away 1. So only 1 hit again. So let's go ahead and take it with Persia. And then on the Parthian path, 1. No modifiers for Tibet. Adjacent to Islam. So that's 1 becomes 2. But then it's crossing over a river. Remember, that's -2. So it actually is 0 hits. So no hits applied on the Parthian path. Cool. I'll take it. All right. My turn now. Okay. Here. What are we going to do? The action phase. Let's go ahead and we got to get out of the castle first of all, right? We got to get out of there. So let's use an action point. So use an action point to recover, or excuse me, rally our army. And let's use another one to attack to try to take over the land around it. Same religion, same color. So let's roll 1d6. And we'll definitely, excuse me, just want to make sure. Use our Greek fleet, which is a +1 for the battle. I just want to make sure. So 6, easily do it. We retake the countryside. Perfect. All right. Now let's go ahead and spend another one to rally our Byzantine army over here in Alexandria. We'll go ahead and we'll probably just bank this last one here. Yeah. I don't see any use for it anyway right now. So we got to bank it. Yep, we'll make it. All right. Go over the Eastern Theater. Let's go ahead and spend 1 to rally the Persian army. And then let's spend 1 for... should we save? What should we do here? I think we should use it. I think we should try to attack. So let's spend 1. And we use our Persian Immortals +2. And we're going to try to attack Khuzestan here. Mountains, remember, don't apply for us. So, go ahead and roll. It is a different color, though, so we roll both of them. Take away the highest, so it's a 1. +2 for elements, that's 3. Same number, which means you lose the battle. And now I remembered our Persian, unfortunately, elephants are killed in battle, and now we'll only have cavalry from here on out. That's a bummer. The last action point would be used on the Parthian path. However, there's nothing we can do with it, therefore it's wasted. Okay, bummer. All right, on to the end of turn phase. Curse removal, no cursed armies, conversion. Anatolia is going to try to convert. Thankfully, it's only a 1, so good luck with that. Nope. No here, and then no here. Everywhere's up against our armies now, so it's not going to try to convert yet. Religious revival won't apply. Islamic recovery step doesn't apply. Comparison to Berbers, no. Surrender, no. Icons, no. Banking, yeah, we're bank 1 in the west, which we have our capital, so we're good. Blessings recovery, the Immortals, and the Greek fire, Greek fleet goes back. And that is the end of the turn. That was 5 turns, so we will call the video at the end of 5 turns, part 3. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Tune in for more very soon.